Psalm 18, 1-6. He said, I love you, O Lord, my source of strength. The Lord is my high ridge, my stronghold, my deliverer. My God is my rocky summit where I take shelter. My shield, the horn that saves me, and my refuge. I called to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I was delivered from my enemies. The waves of death engulfed me. The current of chaos overwhelmed me. The ropes of Sheol tightened around me. The snares of death trapped me. In my distress, I called to the Lord. I cried out to my God. From his heavenly temple, he heard my voice. He listened to my cry for help. Today, I'm talking about deliverance. I'm talking about God's acts of rescue. And I have a word for someone listening to me, that all this that David was describing here may be your situation. He's using poetic language to describe how, look at the language, waves of death, currents of chaos. He's overwhelmed, he's engulfed, ropes of Sheol tightened around me. The snares of death trapped me. Distress. I called to the Lord. I cried out to my God. So, regardless of whatever you are experiencing now, understand that you have an option. Cry out to the Lord. I want to talk to you about the God who is your deliverer, the God who breaks the chains, who breaks the limits, who uplifts, who takes from the darkness. Because here you have darkness. If you continue reading this whole chapter, it's a chapter praising God about how God delivered David. And it's saying, you are my God, you are my rocky summit in my distress. So don't think that this is the end. Don't think that there is no hope. Don't think that there's no way out. Understand that this verse, this passage is telling us about the deliverance that God provides, about the deliverance that God makes available. It tells you that all hope is not lost. All hope is not lost. Cry out to the Lord. He said, I cried out to my God. From his heavenly temple, he heard my voice and listened to my cry for help. When there is nothing else to do, cry out to God. Cry out to God. God is waiting to step into that situation. And when he steps in, after he has stepped in, after he has changed the situation, it will be light. The difference will be between light and day. That is the power of God. That is the grace of God. That is the possibilities that we have in God. Cry out to God. Don't need to consult anyone. Cry out to God. Nobody, cry out to God through Jesus Christ. Nobody has access to God more than Jesus Christ. So recognize that the only reason you can connect with God is through Jesus Christ, and cry out to him based on that. Don't consult. Don't go consulting false prophets. Don't just cry out to God. And you might say, oh, this one, I'm the one that caused it. Doesn't matter. Cry out to God. Don't say this one, okay, this is something, how can it happen? Cry out to God. How can this thing be? Was the question of Mary when the angel told her that she's going to give birth to a child after she has not met any man. How can these things be? What is impossible for man? What is impossible for man is possible with God. cry out to God. And you know, God, because of the testimony of scripture we have here, is not going to say, is it not your fault? Why are you even crying out to me? No. Cry out to God. Lean on the mercy of God. We have been told in Hebrews 4:16, come near to the throne of grace that you might obtain mercy. That's what you want, right? You're not trying to say, oh God, look at what I've done for you. Yeah, you too. Why don't you do? No, that's not. No, You're not coming with your credentials now. You're not saying, "Oh, I've not done much for God." He's God for a reason. He's not man. Cry out to God. God bless you. See you later.